you get this impression that you guys are putting your lives on the line for each other, that you're partners, that you guys are comrades. And what does this say that this would happen and so many officers would respond?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what was going through their mind. I mean, I can't project what's going. I have, my police experience tells me I can make assumptions. I'm not going to do that here because that's not appropriate. This is why I find I told this to a Secret Service agent when we were doing the presidential detail for Clinton. Okay, and we were talking about putting life on the line because I said I know you put your life on the line for the president. We're talking about those things. I mean, we were just waiting around for a helicopter to land, and we're just talking about things, and I appreciate the fact that they put the life on the line. And I said yes, we put our life on the line for the president. I said, but the issue is this. Law enforcement, not only put the life on the line for the President of the United States, but they put the life on the line for anybody out in the street. I mean, and we do it for each other, but we do it for our public as well. So when you look at this, I don't know what was going on in the minds of the deputy. It would be unfair for me to judge that, but I would look at from the people, and these are very responsible people. Now I have great appreciation for people in the Knight County Sheriff's Office that put the life on the line and do the job that they do. But you have to look at the reasonableness and what was the incentive of all these units being there. I don't know. I didn't listen to the dispatch calls. I don't know what once the call came in, what was broadcast over the radio. Those are issues that will be addressed in the internal affairs investigation that's going to be conducted because they'll look at all this stuff as well. The investigation is going to look at how this whole thing proceeded, and they'll come up with the answer with that.
And you will address that, right, with the officers, not even just the officers on scene, but all the officers here about conduct and or
let me tell you something. And I said this to the press. The one thing I can say about the deputies in the Knight County Sheriff's Office. I mean, I always hear this blue wall of silence, but when we hear this misconduct, we turn it. The deputies will address deputy misconduct with the supervisory officers. And there was some. There was something that was mentioned a couple days ago yesterday, that they did this because I was I was out of town, and I don't think it happened because I was out of town. You hear all these different things. I don't know all what went on. I would be unfair for making any kind of judgments. I have questions that are going to be part of this investigation that has to be answered, and I'll let the investigators get to those questions, get to the answers. They'll do a very good job. The outside agencies always have done a good job. When we get NDI or the AG's office involved in it, so let them look at his whole thing, and let them talk to the individuals that were involved in this, all the individuals that were involved in this, State Sheriff Marshal, Ben Gully, and the deputies that responded, and so on and so forth, and they'll give me a finalized report, and they'll tell me, they'll say this is what occurred, and they'll sustain or not sustain the allegations that are going to be that are apparent, but I can't comment on anything more than that because I don't really have that much. We're not doing the investigation. Like I said, the AG, in all fairness, but Brian Kunze, the DA, turned over the AG's office. And there's reasons for that. I have to do the same thing because there's conflicts here as well.
Have you spoken directly to Rick Marshall or David Brokowitz about the incidents at all?
No, I talked to Rick Marshall and I just asked him how he's doing. I mean, I'm not going to get involved in the investigation. I'm not doing the investigation. So it would be inappropriate to start questioning him in reference to that. I'm not going to get involved in that aspect of it. I really can't because I'm the one making the final decision. So so I ask how he's doing. The same thing when Deborah was under investigation. How you doing? I can say, hey, I can conduct business, but getting involved in investigation and asking any inquiries, that's inappropriate and it's a conflict.
What is the mood like around the station now?
I think it's a little tense, but, I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, you know, it does, I mean, everything, once it's gonna be smooth, well, they're waiting to see what the big guy was gonna do when he came back. I mean, you know, where's the sheriff, where's the other shoe gonna fall and stuff like that. I mean, I look at it and go, I have a job to do, and I'm gonna make sure that the deputies, you know, everybody's worried about, because they heard that my vacation, we won't have, you know, was going to look and find out, you know, I came back, went, you know what, it comes with the job. I understand that. I understand I have responsibility. I have a responsibility to my office. I have responsibility to the men and women in the County Sheriff's Office. I have responsibility to the citizens who we serve, and responsibilities. The citizens come first. I work for the citizens. And my job is to manage within the Sheriff's Office, the administration of the office as well. Almost like.
All done?
Yeah. So I appreciate you coming. I know that my phones were ringing when you give a statement, and I had to wait till I get the information. So we actually do have a policy that was signed in 2008, basically had to address misdemeanor things. There's other charges that apparently were you know, filed. Those things will be vetted by of course, those things are going to be looked at by the AG's office, and you know, let the AG's office make a determination on how they're going to proceed. So. Okay. Yeah, that's it. All right, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.